Welcome. You're here with Kuma. Now, while I was at work, I saw that TGS 2019 was happening in Japan. It was a nightmare because I was on my way to work when it started. So here I am after work. Thank you guys for spamming the reaction request thread in the Discord with all the juicy trailers that I missed in the meantime. So let's just get started at the top, September 12th. I salute everyone that sacrificed themselves on September 11th to go save people. I salute you, good sirs and ma'ams. Let's get started with Final Fantasy VII Remake Tokyo Game Show 2019. The only reason why I'm going to do it in the browser is so I can actually comment. Let's do this. No. Por favor, señor, let me put it up to maximum. 1080, it's going to be... I'm kind of surprised it didn't release this in 4K. Kind of disappointed. Alright. Well, I guess we're going to have to live with the 1080p, aren't we? Alright, here we go. In 3, 2, 1, hit.
Cloud! Quickly! Barret!
Give me a break!
Jesse! Barret!
Where you been?
Tifa! Let's lay down some rubber!
Crank that throttle!
Okay, you got it!
Who's that?
A soldier.
Can't say this is quite what I had in mind when I asked for your help way back when.
Feels like we're flying high these days.
Now, more than ever.
He's a keeper, all right.
Yeah!
I'll see myself in. Thanks. And who are you?
Now it's my turn!
As someone who hasn't seen anything about Final Fantasy VII, this is nice.
Those eyes.
Corneo's got certain tastes.
Don't be shy, little kitten. Shimmy on over and give Daddy some sugar.
It'll be fine, right?
After you.
You led us on a merry chase, Aerith.
Attention, Avalanche! Resist and we will use lethal force!
Got your lethal force right here!
I am so playing this. Dude.
Look!
President Shinra.
Now then, my dear sewer rats. Henceforth allies of wicked Mutai, our sworn enemy.
Mutai! The hell we are!
You still don't understand your role in this.
There's so much crap in this, I'm struggling to follow everything.
Cloud!
There is so much jam-packed in this video. As a first-time viewer of this game, I am struggling for everything. To notice everything, I mean. It looks beautiful, I'll give them that. Alright, 3rd of the 3rd. Well, I guess I know when I'm going to be booking some leave from work, obviously. I'm probably going to be playing this game for 2 days straight without sleeping. Now, to be honest, my only exposure to Final Fantasy is through Final Fantasy XIII, which I played on the PlayStation 3. And even on the PlayStation 3, it was amazingly beautiful when it comes to the graphics. So given that this is going to be on PC and PlayStation 4, it's no surprise that the graphics are freaking amazing. I'm betting a lot of long-term fans that have played the original are just like giggling right now at all the little things in this trailer, and me seeing most of these things for the very first time, I'm just like, yeah, I'm just going along with it. There's so much stuff in there. It looks good. Simple as that. I want to play it. Simple as that. I want to see what all the hype is about. I want to see what all the fuss is about. So it's as simple as that. Am I going to play this on release? Yes. Am I going to buy it as soon as it's available? Yes. Am I going to pre-order it? Fuck no, because the last time I pre-ordered something, they ran out of digital keys. God damn it, Australia. But yeah, it looks freaking good. my PC might not be enough to run this, and it's pretty modernized. I think it's fair to say that most modern PCs might struggle to play this in high settings. Just looking at it, it doesn't surprise me. We played Devil May Cry 4 on the highest setting. Well, not the highest settings, but high settings. And even my PC was struggling. Now, to be fair, I was streaming at the same time. But it was struggling because of the CPU. And my CPU's decent. It's decent. So playing something like this, I'm guessing the settings that this is going to be released in is going to be 4K plus. Can everyone's computer play 4K? No. Is it shameful to not be able to play this on your PC at full graphics? No, because this game is going to age like fine wine. Have you guys even played MGS 5? That shit will make your PC lag if you put it on the highest settings. So it's no surprise that this game's graphics are just, My new PC will run 5 of these. Well, Matt, get your penis off the table. We have children here. Can I say penis? Well, I just did. So, it looks good. And I like the fact that it comes with a soundtrack. The only thing I don't know is when they say mini soundtrack, I know when I bought MGS 4 Collector's Edition, they gave me the full soundtrack. When they say mini soundtrack, do they mean like half the soundtrack? Because that's kind of bullshit. Like, if you're going to give someone a soundtrack, give them a freaking soundtrack, right? Don't give them one of those soundtracks or one or two of the best themes in the whole freaking game are missing, and then they spend the next 6 months, looking up anime forums trying to find an unreleased OST that was never released because of some bullshit reason, and it just so happens to be the best song in the whole freaking anime. You know the one I'm talking about. But I don't have to say anything. It looks good. Like, it looks really good. I mean, yeah, it's a little bit emo-ish, but, I'm down for it. What do you guys think? I think the consensus on this one is everyone likes it. That seems to be the thing. It's not shameful, but it's a huge thing to miss out on. Look at it this way. This game is going to age very well. You're going to be able to play this in a few years in higher settings and appreciate it. I mean, to be fair, if you're releasing something on PC, you should at the very least ensure that in a few years, the newer technology will still be able to, challenge the settings. I mean, you remember when we played Hellblade? We played it on PC. The graphics were amazing. You were able to see things on the other side of the world. Whereas on PlayStation Pro, there was a fog. So, So if you play it in a few years with an awesome PC, a decked out PC, you're going to be able to appreciate it even more, which gives it more replay value. I don't consider that a bad thing. I mean, yeah, it's a shame to miss out on, but that's like saying, oh, well, if I can't drive a Lamborghini or a Bugatti, what's the point of driving, right? Like, no, you're still going to use the road. So, like, play the game, enjoy the game, and in a few years, play it again. Why not? That's what I'm going to do, probably. My computer will also be full water cooled. I get the feeling that Matt is more focused on his computer than he is this game. I mean, that's just what I'm getting. All right. Do we have any other Final Fantasy VII trailers in this Discord? This is the TGS trailer. Is there another trailer for it? No, this is the same one. I think this is the same. It's the same thumbnail. Why would you punch a saw? That's just stupid. Let's see. Project Death Stranding. Oh, that's going to be good. Nioh 2. Well, I haven't seen Nioh 1. Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. Oh, God, another Dragon Ball Z game. Cyberpunk. Behind the scenes. Ooh, which one are we going to go with? I know that they released like a 55-minute Death Stranding thing, so maybe let's do that last, just to be fair. What's this? KFC, I love Colonel Sanders. Oh, God. Let's take a look at this. Oh, wait, but first we got a comment. Load. I'm blind to this game, and even I want to play it on release. Guess I'll be booking 2 days leave on March 3rd. And I'm just going to like my own comment because otherwise no one's going to be able to find it. It's kind of sad how the world works. I'm kind of upset that they didn't release this trailer in 4K. And what I don't like is that they say in the little thing at the bottom. Where does it say it? Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Development footage subject to change. That's what really ticks me off. Like that. So close to release, they still have development footage. That could basically mean that what we're seeing here might not even be the cutscene in the game. That's what really makes me worried. Whenever I see actual gameplay footage, I'm like... Whenever I see development footage, I'm like, oh, you know what I mean? I mean, Final Fantasy always has beautiful visuals, but... Oh, oh. He's not punching a sword. He's fighting with a telescope stun stick. Oh, right. Oh, I missed that one. Gotcha. Thanks for that. All right, let's watch Colonel Sanders. Like, why not? Why not? Ah, chatto mate. I love you, Colonel Sanders. A finger-licking good dating simulator. Chaos. Oh my god. Whatever. You know what? I'm literally going to type this out and you guys can listen as I'm typing this out. This is genius considering KFC literally made eating fried chicken a custom during Christmas in Japan. The world's greatest marketing campaign of all time. It changed a literal culture. Oh, I forgot the capital in Christmas. Well, excuse me. That is good. That is good. That is appropriate for everyone. It catches everyone's attention. And in a 30-second clip, they got 53,000 views. What do you mean 53,000 views? I half expected it to be like 5 zeros at the end. 53,000 views? That's like nothing. I honestly would have thought something like this would have more traction. Honestly. Like just the title, KFC, I Love You, Colonel Sanders, a dating game. Like... Am I out of touch? No, it is the children that are wrong. Okay. Okay. Let's watch Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. Let's give it a crack. Let's give it a crack. It will be for free? Well, it's a free advertisement, right? All right. Let's take a look at Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. Even though we just bought Dragon Ball Z Xenoverse 1 and 2. Kinda wish I could stay home and play video games 6 times a week on live stream. Damn, being a wage slave sucks. Dragon Ball Z Kakarot official release date and Boo arc teaser. Plot twist, Boo loses. I so facepalmed the first time I saw this in the anime.
Great Saiyamanda!
I'm gonna be brutally honest with you guys, and what the F is that? I'm gonna a competitive party with friends. Now that is cool. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I played a few Dragon Ball Z games on PlayStation 2. I played one of them where you get to fly around and collect Dragon Balls. That's probably a thing in all of them. And I really did enjoy going through the whole, storyline. You went through all the arcs, the Saiyan arc, Frieza arc, the Android arc, the Cell arc, the Buu arc, all that good shit. And I noticed that in a few of the later games, they sort of did the same thing. They go through all the arcs. Obviously, you want to replay the story. It's great. But the reason why I didn't keep buying these games is because I noticed that they keep going through all the same shit. Like, they go through all the arcs again and again and again. And I was kind of like, And instead of the graphics going, more realistic, like, say, Final Fantasy, right? They became more of this, how do I describe it? It looks like, you know what I mean? It looks, I don't want to say polygony, but it kind of does look polygony. It doesn't look like it's more realistic. It looks like it's more computerish. And it might be a thing to make it easier to program and all that sort of crap. But I was just sort of like, no thank you. So I ended up not buying the more newer ones. And I was like, I'm sure there's plenty of other features and, playing with other people is really fun. But this was at a time where I wasn't playing online. So I just didn't do it because the campaign was always the same crap. The same fights, the same shit. So I'm kind of hoping that this one doesn't just go through the entire anime story all over again for the sake of going through it all over again. You know what I mean? Like, I like the story, but if I'm just gonna fucking fight the Ginyu Force and then Frieza again, and then the androids again, and then Cell, like, what's the point? Right? At least with the one that I ended up buying, Xenoverse, it's different. There's going to be a story that I don't know what happens. So at least I can enjoy a Dragon Ball Z story in a universe that I've grown up with and love that I can't guess the ending to, which is cool. So I can put myself in that universe and have a lot of fun and create a character and do all this crazy shit, right? I can make the story my own. Whereas if we just go through the whole story that I've memorized like the back of my hand because we've all seen probably the first few arcs a dozen times while we were waiting for the other episodes to be dubbed, it kind of feels cheap. It kind of feels like they're milking a franchise which I love for the sake of releasing a new game every year. That's my honest opinion on it. Now, a lot of people are going to disagree with me and be pissed off at me for saying this, but unless they're giving me something new, I'm not going to buy it. That's the thing. Sorry, not sorry, but like, yeah. That's the thing. What's your take on it? Visit to Namek was a bad experience for Gohan. No. He grew up in Namek. He came back. During the Android saga, he really stepped up. He was a pretty fucking kick-ass teenager. He even met that girl just before the Cell saga. I think what really screwed him up is that he didn't have a father figure afterwards. And he ended up just becoming a sissy. Like, I think that screwed him up more than anything. The fact that he lacked proper direction and that his mother just made him study nonstop. Then he turned into this kid that basically lacked any balls. But to be fair, Goku wasn't exactly the best father in the world. Like, he was an absentee parent. Piccolo's like his adopted father. And Sho seems to be pissed off at what I'm saying about Dragon Ball Z. But I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. Like, that's just my opinion. By all means, if you enjoy playing through the storyline, go for it. But I don't see anything new. I just see the same thing redone in game format. Right? You can only enjoy watching Krillin get blown up so many times before it loses all its emotional impact. I would say wait for a free week on Steam for any Dragon Ball Z game. I hated it. I think it's very specific gameplay. Well, I ended up buying Xenoverse 1 and 2 on sale with the intent to actually play it because it's got story. But, nah. So, I don't know. That's just me. Am I the only one that feels like they're milking this franchise by making us replay the same story over and over without adding anything new? Just saying. I meant Gohan saw Ginyu Force on Namek and liked their Toku Sentai poses and did the... Wait, is that where he got the idea from? Jesus Christ. Oh my god. It's always the nostalgia factor. No, they're milking it. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I thought. They're milking the shit out of it. Like, I went to Japan. And they always, without fail, had a Dragon Ball Z promotion somewhere. It was usually in the curry shop. It was usually for a really big, like, normal curry, right? But, like, extra big size, right? And it's like, buy this extra big curry and, basically like a Happy Meal. You'll get, like, a little Dragon Ball Z toy. Or you'll get, like, a token to enter into the draw to get, like a collector's set of, Dragon Balls that you can buy online or limited edition posters and stuff like that. And, of course, I went and I bought the curry and it was fucking shit. Like, it was no different from... the curry blocks that I could get from the $2 shop, mix it with water, get some rice and get some chicken diced up, and same thing, right? And I was sort of excited for it initially, but then I ended up being a little bit sad because I was like, fuck. They're just using this series as a marketing gimmick. Now, do not get me wrong. I'm all for marketing. I work in marketing. I love marketing. Unless they're just milking it, right? So when I was in Japan, they also had this thing for, I believe it was Fate Stay Night or it was Fate something, right? And the new movie was coming out. So at the family restaurants that are open 24 hours, you would get these limited edition, like trading cards, one card per meal you ordered, right? I thought that was cool because it was limited edition. They had cards. People could collect them, the sort of thing I grew up with and enjoyed. Whereas this thing is something that you can buy at the frickin' online store for $10. And they're giving you shitty curry too. In my defense, the food I had and the fake card that I got was the rice bowl was really good. I really enjoyed that. I'm totally for that, right? I would have gone to this restaurant anyway, and as a result of going to this restaurant, I ended up getting like a Fate Stay Night card, which I haven't even opened yet. I thought that was cool. That reminded me of the days where you used to go to the supermarket. I don't know, did you guys have those Dragon Ball Z, like, Tazos? The circular ones that used to have the Dragon Ball on the back, and there used to be like 51 of them, and Ginyu used to be like number 51 or 50, right? They used to have those Tazos. So you would buy chip packets anyway, right? And then for like, I think it was a period of 6 months or a year and a half, every single chip packet had a Dragon Ball Z Tazo, right? And people would just go ape shit collecting them because it was awesome. We probably didn't even know how to play the game properly. We used to like hit them and gamble with them and have really, a lot of fun doing it. But like, it was awesome, right? Like, that sort of marketing is fucking beautiful. Sure, a lot of kids got diabetes and we were all clinically obese by the end of it. But you know what? We had a lot of fucking fun doing it, right? I regret absolutely nothing. I got really fat eating those chip packets. But that's good marketing. Like, I would do that all over again. I mean, if they started doing that now with the chip packets, I'd feel a little ripped off because back then you could buy a chip packet for like 90 cents and then ended up being $1 and then $1.50. Now these chip packets are $2.50. I would just go out and buy the goddamn Tazo. But like, Also, how is Krillin dying over and over again not fun? After a certain amount of time, I just get over it. You know what I mean? It's like he died so many times. I'm like, he's just going to die again. It's a running joke. Being dead isn't really the same as being an absentee father. True. But in my defense, I watched the first part of Dragon Ball Super. I'm only up to like the first or second tournament or something. And the time he is alive, he doesn't spend any of the time with his son. Okay, Gohan's married and has a kid, but he doesn't spend any time with the grandson either. Piccolo's the one doing the babysitting. Meanwhile, Goku's out there fucking destroying the universe by poking, the equivalent of God going, hey, let's fight. Like, fucking Goku is responsible for more deaths in the Dragon Ball universe than all the villains combined. He is the most destructive single entity in the fucking universe. He's killed more people than Cell, Frieza, Boo. I'm running out of villains that I know. Babidi, King Cold, Cooler, all the Saiyans. Like, he's killed so many people, right? Because of his fucking stupidity. Like, he's the single most destructive person in the series. I never watch anime, but why do so many people like it? I tried watching, but didn't. Okay, I'm going to be honest. It's probably one of these things where they get into it, and then they never get out of it. It's a little bit like World of Warcraft. I'm not going to lie to you. I was addicted to World of Warcraft for a very, 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 very long time. Once you're stuck, you basically just stay in it. Now, I love Vegeta too. He's my favorite character. I steal a lot of his fighting techniques, and I use them in tournaments all the time. They work. But they just play the same game over and over and over and over and over and over and discuss the same fucking shit, and it ends up being Groundhog Day, right? That's what happens. Team 4-Star Nappa is the best. Team 4-Star Nappa and Guru are the best. I reckon Nappa and Guru are both... No, wait. Nappa, Guru, and Frieza. I'm sorry, but Frieza is fucking god tier. Frieza is just... Oh my god. Like, Frieza, Nappa, and Guru, oh my god. Oh, I'm only up to episode 30, but those three, oh my, and Vegeta, I'm sorry, Vegeta, fucking amazing. Vegeta's always fucking amazing. Like, I fucking die laughing watching him. You know what? Piccolo's actually not, Piccolo's a bit shit. I got out of the WoW, you know what killed the WoW addiction for me? Classic. I know a lot of people are going to be pissed off at me for saying this, but I played WoW, BFA became stale. And then WoW Classic was the hope for it, but then it sort of hit me that the mechanics in Classic were never difficult. It's just that we had no idea what we were... Fucking Popo takes it. Popo wins. It's just that we never knew what we were playing. It was the first MMO a big chunk of us played. And plus we had to struggle with things like computers, internet, slow shit, you know, all that sort of crap. Now, you know, the quality of gamers has stepped up, right? And playing these mechanics is easy. It's really easy. And then I realized I could level to 60, I could raid, and so what? Like, you know what I mean? It's not the same. I'm just trying to relive something 15 years later for the sake of doing it. You know what I mean? That makes me sad. Makes me sad. Yeah. But then again, there's so many cool games coming out that you could always replace it. Can't wait for Death Stranding. This industry needs something different than all the run and gun games. To be fair, MGS was amazing, but like all good things, it's better to end on a high note than milk it till it's dead. You know? I actually like GT more than Super Saiyan 4 is my favorite transformation to date. I don't have the same fame for the story as other people do. Ragan and Ixia dead in 6 days. Well, it doesn't surprise me. And I've only seen a little bit of GT, just a little bit. I'd play Classic if I played live too. I'm a completionist gamer, so I'll even max out Doki Doki and Super Bomberman. If you're a completionist gamer, go play Devil May Cry, go play Metal Gear Solid. They're fucking amazing, especially with all the secrets in the background. We haven't seen the Death Stranding one because we have the trailer and we have 55 minutes, but if I can be completely transparent with you guys, the biggest things that I'm looking forward to this year that's left till the end of the year is actually Death Stranding. I think Cyberpunk is next year. Final Fantasy is next year. Dude, screw you, Super Saiyan. Rose is the good shit. So, yeah, like the biggest thing that I'm waiting for right now is Death Stranding. We've got AI files coming in about a week on the 20th, the 22nd. And I just got invited for a closed beta test for Resident Evil something. I can't tell you what it is, but I got invited for a close... It wasn't even... It's actually a alpha test. I'm not allowed to tell you guys what it is, but they're actually developing something, and it's really cool. But I haven't even played Resident Evil 1 and 2. So I'm like, I'm sorry, guys. I love you, Capcom, but I haven't played Resident Evil 2 yet. Thanks for the key, though, for, like, the new alpha test, not Resident Evil 2. You haven't given me that, bastards. But, like, yeah, like, I'm more excited for the new games than I am the old stuff, to be fair. But the thing that I'm sort of most excited for is getting to play MGS4 with you guys, because I saw how meaningful MGS3 was for you. And I know a lot of you guys really want me to play Kingdom Hearts 3. And then on the flip side, a lot of you guys want me to play Persona. The only thing that stopped me from doing that is like the fucking juggling act that I currently have. And you know what really fucking shocked me in the Council of Kuma vote? I shit you not. We had a vote. I was expecting Kingdom Hearts 2 to win. Ace Attorney won. That was completely left field. Like, I had never even seen anyone vote for Ace Attorney. And then he just fucking comes out of nowhere and wins the vote? What? Like, this fucking community is insane. I like the fact that even though everyone was yelling how bored they were with the DS gameplay, yet Kojima is still doing what he intended to, and not everyone is telling him to do. Kojima doesn't give a fuck. He's a god. He creates the rules. He created the stealth genre on the PlayStation with MGS1, and he's creating a brand new genre with Death Stranding. He doesn't play by the rules. He trailblazes, and that's why we respect him. He doesn't follow the conventions. Okay, before we drag on and discuss too far, I think we should grab another trailer and watch it before people start getting pissed off at me, because that happens a lot. Now let's pick up all the actual trailers before we jump into Death Stranding, because once we jump into Death Stranding, I'm going to be in there for about 55 minutes until Hutchon comes home and starts yelling at me for not not doing the shopping and the fridge is empty. Welcome to work. By the way, full disclosure, job's going really well. Rubbed shoulders with our new managing director. There was a head of a few big companies. I've got his endorsement on LinkedIn. So when I roll off this grad program, things are looking good. I might be able to afford a deposit from home within a year or two. So working those 50, 60 hours a week is really paying off. Okay. Community's frustrating. Community is random as fuck. You are welcome for me starting the vote. Lol. I beat DMC3 on 100% at 2006. I'll replay all three someday. DMC2. No, don't replay DMC2. I'm still waiting for someone to get you to play Bayonetta. Bayonetta is just a female Kojima, and you know it. We still haven't even finished Nier Automata. Do you know how hyped I am to play Nier Automata after editing those videos? I am so hyped. So, you fucking cannot understand. You have no idea how hyped I am. So hyped. Okay, let's watch this one. Resident Evil Resist. Oh, so they released the trailer for that. Well, I guess I can mention it. They're doing a closed thingy for Resistance. They're testing it right now, and I got one of the test keys. I can't stream it, though. But I can actually play it. Let's watch it. Fucking Resident Evil Capcom. Love you bastards. Love those guys. We ended up getting a copyright strike from some fucking bullshit company. And they're like, oh, we own the rights to Capcom. And I'm like, Capcom, help me out, please. And they sent me this email that basically said, we give Ninja Kuma permission to play and stream our game. And I just basically put that as the counterclaim. And I said, look, the IP owner's telling me to play. You can go fuck yourself. Capcom's got your back. Like, fucking Capcom. Capcom, man. This gameplay was edited by Kojima. He said it to avoid... The thing I respect about Kojima is I read the tweet and it's like the footage is edited by me personally. It's always been that way and it's always going to be that way. That's how much he respects his fan base. He does it himself to make sure it's done right. That is quality assurance. I respect that man as much as I respect Keanu Reeves. And my favorite thing in the world is there's a photo of Keanu Reeves and Kojima together. I was just like... Let's watch Resident Evil Project Resistance. Top Secret Experiment. Ooh, Raccoon City. Nice. Is this a co-op game that we can play? I think I know who the mastermind is. If this is a co-op game, we're so playing it. Concept. Fuck, that would hurt like a bitch. Can I play the slug? The one who can take a lot of damage if he's drunk? That is so slow. Very interesting concept. This is like Saw meets Resident Evil. Wait, you can play as the mastermind? We are so getting this. I am fucking emailing Capcom fucking myself. For a moment, Resident Evil 2 or 3. I'm sure which one. Who will prevail? Nani? Sign up for the close. Oh, so they're in beta. Are they? I thought it was alpha. Huh. By the way, Scold, really cool. We finally understand the story. Well, let's not watch that. That's spoilers. Of course fucking Death Stranding is weird as shit. Of course it's weird. Wouldn't be a Kojima game if it wasn't weird at some point. This looks like a type of game that would be really fun to play together. Really fun. It's something that 5 people could play. Now, given that we only have like 15, Council of Kuma sponsors, it's something that we could realistically do because we don't have too many. And it would be fun because A, I could play with 3 other people and someone can play the mastermind and it would be funny. Or B, I could play the mastermind and 4 of you guys could play, which would also be funny. So it's one of these things that just, it's one of those games that we could have a lot of fucking fun with. I reckon, it's a thing we're gonna do. They had one before, which was, I think it was Operation Raccoon City, where you play as Umbrella Special Ops, which was kind of a flop. This one seems to be the polar opposite of it. And I reckon it's gonna do a lot better because they let you play as the bad guy. As soon as you give people, the option to, fuck with their friends, a lot of fun can happen. So I reckon this is gonna be something we're gonna play. And it's really cool because well, you know, at some point we're going to play a Resident Evil game, and Resident Evil is going to become one of the pillars of our community. And I'm sure we're going to get a lot of, you know, long-time fans of Resident Evil, like we did with Devil May Cry and MGS and Danganronpa and World of Warcraft. So it's going to become one of those pillars, which is going to be cool, because a lot of DMC fans are Resident Evil fans, a lot of Resident Evil fans are MGS fans, a lot of MGS fans. You see what happens? You start getting a community. So it's going to be good. Saw meets Zombie. Saw meets Left 4 Dead. Let's do it. I put Danganronpa in there for style. I reckon let's do it. I reckon this is the type of game we can have a lot of fun with. I reckon we're going to have to do it. I don't know who I would play, though. I'm typically very much a person that likes shooting. I don't know if you guys have seen my Resident Evil 7 playthrough. I'm really cool. Like I'm good at sometimes keeping my cool and actually just gunning them down. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Okay. Nioh 2. Now, I haven't seen Nioh 1, but, like, you know, bear with me. Do you know what else is in beta? WoW BFA. Honestly, I struggle to sign into WoW at this point. It makes me sad. I'm kind of ticked off that my subscription just went tick. I might actually disable it, because I'm struggling. I'm honestly struggling. Really struggling. Like, I have enjoyed the game for so long. So many cool people on it. But it's just... it's so slow at the moment. Alright. Nioh 2 official trainer. Japanese language. Well, my Japanese is kind of shitty. Do you have closed caption? No? Fuck it. Nihongo it is.
待ってたぞ。俺は藤吉郎。お前の名は？
There's a kitsune!
人が人たる限り、それが世の断りなのでしょう。しかし、あなたの身には
That kitsune would so be my spirit.
力が秘められているはず。
I think the Kuma would be, but no, I like kitsune. Ah, there's the kitsune that looks like Ari. I'll be after that. Wait, she's a boss?
No 吉、秀千代の秀で、義秀、二人で一つの名を
許す。ただし名は秀吉とせよ。
You see, this is why you shouldn't trip on mushrooms in Japan. That sort of shit happens. That sort of shit happens. Literally. Kitsune is a fox spirit. So for every tail that they have lived for 100 years. If they live for 1,000 years, instead of getting a 10th tail, they gain immortality. So in games like, say, League of Legends, or an anime like Naruto, when you have a 9-tail fox, that means they're literally in the last 100 years, meaning they're pretty fucking strong. And if they hit the 1,000-year mark, they're unkillable. They become immortal. But that's the thing. There's basically like no fox that has been around long enough for that. And in different folklore, you have different types. You have the Korean variant, which is called the gumiho. You have the Japanese variant, which is called kitsune, which is basically fox. And you have the Chinese variant. I forget the name. In the case of the Korean variant will always pretend to be a young girl. She will typically eat the liver of the youngest girl in like a family or something and pretend to be her by literally, looking like her. And then she will literally eat the entire family and the livestock and everything like that. Like those ones, they will fucking kill you. The Japanese ones mainly live in the forest. And they're actually known to mate with people. Now, if you find out, or they find out that you know that they are a kitsune, they will escape. But, apparently, the children will, be half-half, which means there won't be a full-blown kitsune, but they'll essentially be human with these special qualities, like almost like magic, but like special qualities, basically like basic level, entry-level magic sort of thing. And the in the folklore, basically, the way you pick up that they're a fox is that, the guy he goes from being 20 to 80, and the girl still looks like she's 16, right? Like, I mean, you can age like fine wine, but you haven't aged a day. Literally. Something's up. And the Chinese variant, they're known to actually have entire villages. And you might stumble across one of these fox spirits in human form, and you won't actually realize they're a fox spirit. Now, if you just so happen to be a really nice person and you treat this fox spirit nicely, they will treat you nicely. But if you piss them off, well, they might come down and, burn down your whole village. That type of thing. I really like folklore. It's a little... Yeah. I like those type of legends and stuff. I like foxes. I actually wanted a pet fox. I like the ears. That's why I like the little shibas. And the little huskies and stuff like that. Because the little ears. Those little fox ears. Japanese women look like teenagers until they hit 40 or something like this. Yeah, that's about right. And then gravity sets in and they lose height and, At least the memes say so. No, it's actually quite true. It's actually quite true. It's actually quite true. Go to Japan or something, and typically, you can take a look at, like, the daughter, and then you'll see the mother that's like 20, 30 years older, and you're going to be like, okay, you're 50, but you look like 30, right? And then you'll see someone that's like 60, and you're like, okay, you look 40, 45. And it's like, you're 60? Have you seen like 60-year-old European women or 60-year-old Western women? It's like, I could tell you're 60. Whereas in those parts of the world, you're just like, you're 60? It's like, what the fuck? So, yeah, like, but it's also a lot of the humidity, because the humidity keeps your skin moisturized naturally. So you don't have to worry about your skin drying, which means you age a lot slower because you don't dry out as much. There's also that, and there's also the big part of having to, work until a much older age, which keeps you very mobile, which means, you maintain your mobility. Instead, in the West, we sit on chairs all day and just type, like, keyboard, and I'm like, oh, my back hurts for a reason. Because of that, right? It is what it is. Really like Ari in this one. Okay, what's the next one? Cyberpunk 2077. Behind the scenes. I am so down for that. And of course, we're going to get 1 million copyright strikes. But who cares about that? Who cares about that, buddy? Oh, chotomate. Wow, only 12,000. Holy shit. A lot of people aren't watching this. I decided that I could play the game without watching textures after watching that kappa. Oh, okay. Do these guys have a 4K trailer? No one's releasing this shit in 4K. What's going on? What the fuck is going on? That is really cool. That is really cool. The way they actually do cutscenes in these games is really cool. I remember first time seeing it in the Devil May Cry 3 bonus video. at the amount of freaking detail.
God damn it. Be my man. You made it. You've blown up all over the news.
Look at the emotion and the intensity the actors have.
Woo! That's what I'm talking about. All right, in and out. It's gonna be okay. Just hold on. Hey, just think about all the good shit we're gonna have, huh?
This is the type of shit that made me want to get into game development. They've got literal martial arts people in there, showing them
every corporal cop in this city gonna be blasting down these doors after what you and your psycho friends did.
I bet the budget was still lower than most hip-hop videos. Sorry, man, I don't even watch hip-hop videos. That's just for the masses to consume product placement. No, thank you. That is good shit. But on the topic of hip-hop videos, the way I see it is a lot of these hip-hop people, either, you know, they're sort of born into it and they sort of use that as a way to make more money. But a lot of these people, they grow up, I don't like in the hood, on the street, you know, and they rise to the top. Once they sort of get to that level, instead of actually helping, you know, others, they sort of exploit others. It's all product placement, selling the idea, selling the dream. Most of these hip-hop artists and shit, they're like just fucking horrible with money. But they sell the idea of, you know, clothes, cars, women, drugs, you know, the idea. The idea of being a gangster, the idea of being the boss, the idea. At the end of the day, they're nothing more than pretty much... They're role models and affiliates, but they're kind of just... You know, they're just kind of a walking commercial. And I don't want to say sell out, but essentially that's all they do. They just sell. They sell the stuff they wear. They sell the stuff they drive. They sell the stuff they drink. They sell the, you know. So everything in that hip-hop video is essentially sponsored. From the alcohol to the branded clothing to the chains. That's why you notice all these hip-hop people, they love these big logos on their clothes. If you notice the most successful, most powerful, most wealthy, richest, most influential people in the world, they don't give a shit about this stuff. You look at the low to medium income sort of range of the bell curve, they care about branded clothing because it's the image of being wealthy, the image of being successful. Whereas legitimately successful and powerful people don't care about this image because they don't need this in order to, you know, they have actual power. Whereas these people try to show they have power. But anyone that understands how power and rank works sees past the branded shit, right? They don't care. Whereas people that don't know how it works think that by driving an expensive car and wearing expensive clothing and drinking expensive alcohol, I will get that girl in the bar, not realizing that she only wants the free shot. That sort of thing. That sort of thing. Truth bombs. What's this about general chat? What on earth is going on in general chat? What's this? English muffin? What's wrong with English muffin? What's this? Sleep? That's trippy as hell. Don't get me demonetized. Woman in Japanese. Noisy in Japanese. Well played, Japan. Racist bastards. The average Asian aging process, and Hutchins gonna kill me. 18. 20 to 30. Hutchins is a prime example. 30 to 50. Well, why does one kid look Asian and the other looks white? What are you guys trying to? What are you trying to say? I'm gonna have to fuck off. 60. Menopause. And 120. She's struggling to be in the pink. She's like, but she's still happy. She's still happy. Oh my god. The detail in this is amazing. And unlike a hip-hop video, it isn't to sell merchandise. Man, if you think corporate life is wage slavery, what do you think all the people watching hip-hop videos working 9-to-5 jobs they hate to buy a new t-shirt is? Okay. Reaction. Where is the reaction request? We did Cyberpunk. Now is time for the Death Stranding. Let's watch the trailer, discuss, and then we go watch the gameplay footage edited by Kojima himself. Only 18,000? What the F? Oh, GameSpot trailer. Yeah, because it's GameSpot. It's not even the official. Official briefing trailer. Oh, 7 minutes. Fuck me. Only 1080p. Maybe it's because it's GameSpot. GameSpot loves to... Ah, fuck it. Wait. I'm going to read that comment. Cyberpunk or Witcher happens when Polish game devs get serious. CDP Red got so big that our politicians realized their potential and changed tax policy a bit to support this industry. Okay, let's start.
Sam, listen to me. America. Reconstructionism. Her dream isn't dead.
I don't want to hear it.
This is the face of our new hope. Our new America.
You're the president?
Homily.
My mother may be gone, but I'm here. And you, Sam, you're here too.
Kojima really loves America.
Been 10 years since you saw each other, right? And in all that time, she hasn't aged a day.
He knows why. My body's still on the beach. I don't get to grow older. But you do, Sam. You look good.
So you're serious then about reconnecting everyone and everything?
Someone has to succeed Bridget, Sam. More importantly, someone has to carry on her legacy and see our country rebuilt. Samantha America Strand, our new president. A new beginning for our people, for our nation. Under Emily's leadership, we'll re-establish the UCA, the United Cities of America. This is how we'll rebuild our country. But we'll need your help to do it, Sam.
I'm just going to point this out before we get too far into it and I lose the thought because I know it happens to a lot of people. They said reconnect everyone. I'm automatically thinking like the pods in the Matrix. She says she's on a beach somewhere and doesn't get to grow old. It almost sounds like she's in a sort of cryostasis state where she's being preserved, but her consciousness is being accessed by a machine. Now, this is a very Kojima thing to do. We're talking about the guy that made the Metal Gear Solid franchise back in the 90s. he is way ahead of his time, technologically speaking, the way he thinks about the world.
No, I'm through with this. I said my goodbyes to all of you when I said them to Bridget.
We never forgot about you, Sam. You ran away. You cut us off.
Emily put together an expedition. The best of Bridges won. And went west.
Fuck, the amount of analysis I'm gonna have to do playing this game is probably gonna destroy my brain. It's like a drug for me, Kojima. Fuck, man.
I led them past craters in BT territory. I kept them safe while they searched for survivors.
Never once missed a BT. Saw him coming a mile away.
We convinced community after community to join the UCA, and we left behind our own people to help them. It took us 3 years, but we managed to make it all the way to Edgenot City.
All the way to the Pacific. Jesus.
Yeah, but then everything went to hell. The team was wiped out, and Emily was taken.
But she's talking to you now.
I'm not being kept in a cell or anything like that. I'm allowed to use their facilities and to speak with you whenever I want. I just can't leave the city.
Why?
It's all to safeguard the continued independence of Edgenot City. Well, that's what her keepers are saying, at least. They want the UCA to leave him be. Emily's their insurance policy in case we don't.
Who are these?
So they're letting her use their facility in order to talk to them. And they're using her as a hostage to stop them from invading. But the question is, why is she so important? Like, at the end of the day, she's just one person, right?
These assholes again?
Homo Demons. Militant
Homo
separatist group.
What the fuck?
They run Edgenot City.
I've heard of them. Bunch of terrorists who go around towns killing people and leaving craters.
Right. Nothing's off limits for them. Not even engineering void outs.
Just keep throwing new concepts at me, buddy. Why not?
You think the suicide that took out Central Knot was one of theirs?
Could be. There are extremists like the demons everywhere, plotting in the shadows. They're decentralized by nature. No one organization to rule them all. Just a common ideology.
Just plug Lord of the Rings in
I
there.
know not everyone shares our vision for the future. If we Americans don't come together again, humanity won't survive. I carried my mother's message to people all across the country. But not everyone was willing to accept it.
More than a few would rather stay isolated. Keep to themselves. Go it alone. Like you, Sam. They think that America can only be rebuilt by force, by men who tell them what to do, who take away their freedom and put them in shackles.
What'd you put on me, huh? You know better than the demons. Just another kind of cult.
They're not shackles, Sam. They're a symbol of our bonds. That's what we need right now. Not to stand apart, but to come together. To form chiral knots and reconnect.
That sounds like slavery with extra
Sam,
steps.
we want you to go west and finish what Emily started. The people she left behind have been hard at work, setting up chiral network terminals. But these terminals are still isolated. We need you to bring them online. And for that, you'll need a Cupid. This contains all the necessary security and operations protocols to integrate a terminal into the chiral web. Take the Cupid west, Sam, and reconnect the people of our great nation. And when you get to Edgenot City, find Emily and bring her home.
It sounds like we're gonna have to go slug mode at the end of the game and murder everybody, and then it's gonna turn out that Emily was dead the entire time,
I'll
which was
take
probably
over
an
the
AI or
presidency
something.
and carry on Mother's work to save the country.
This was Bridget's dying wish. This is how we'll move forward.
Calling it now. She's already
Please,
dead.
Sam. We need you.
You're my only hope,
I'm
Obi-Wan.
Sam Porter Bridges now. I'm not a Strand. Hell, I'm not even part of this outfit. You all saw to that. I'm not getting involved with you or anyone else ever again.
Wait!
Damn. Ah, here comes the emotional blackmail.
See? It's like I'm not even here. Same as it ever was.
November 8th. That's gonna be fucking one hell of a drippy thing. I'm gonna have to fucking September, October, November. I'm gonna have to book leave. Oh, Kojima! Mwah! He made it on Friday. Now, given that I'm in Australia, I'm at the 8th before the US. So your 8th is going to be my 9th. So it releases on my Saturday. Then I have the Sunday. That's 2 whole days. I should probably get maybe 1, 2, 3 days of leave so I could actually play the entire game in its entirety. I don't think she's a robot, man. I think she's in cryostasis plugged into a thing. Haven't you seen The Matrix, buddy? It's probably like The Matrix. That room is probably the equivalent of The Matrix, like a decentralized place they can meet. A little bit like meeting people in VR, where people just put on the helmet and they're in a virtual space where they meet. But instead of being in a virtual space when you put on a helmet and you only see it visually and using audio, her whole body is probably plugged into something, right? Either like The Matrix or some other fucking bullshit. Doesn't matter how. But the point is, she's probably, her consciousness is being accessed by this thing and being, put in this virtual space. However, here's the thing. She could be dead and it could have just uploaded her consciousness before killing her. So she could technically be dead and she wouldn't even know it. Her physical body could be dead. And they just copied her memories and using that as a consciousness. Like, what are we? We are the accumulation of our experiences and memories. If we took our conscience and put it in a computer, our conscience in the computer wouldn't know that our physical body is dead. If we told that conscience that our physical body is in cryostasis and it's not aging, it would believe it. It would have no reason not to believe it. Get what I mean? So we're talking about fucking Kojima here, man. You've seen the amount of fucking plot twists that he does, right? And he probably foresaw that I would figure this shit out, right? So this is like level 1 of conspiracy. We're going to go down to level 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're talking about Kojima, man. Like, and you don't even know what I'm talking about yet, Matt, because once you finish MGS 4, I'm going to have to share some theories about MGS 1, 2, 3 with you guys. And once you finish MGS 5, then I'm going to share some more theories. But, like, we're talking layers and layers and layers and layers of conspiracy here. Layers. And the thing with Kojima is he's fucking thought this out like a decade in advance. He was probably thinking about Death Stranding while he was, it was probably like a thing in the back of his mind years ago. All this sort of shit, man. Like, the guy is just... My God. 95% of his life is movies, and I believe it. Now, I'm sort of a little bit... Death Stranding explained. Anyone else think her body is plugged into cryostasis, or her consciousness was uploaded into a AI and her body is already dead? So at the end, we cannot save her since she is nothing more than, I don't know, memory on a hard drive. Then a piece of software. That's Kojima for you. Hey, Central. Then consciousness first body is true even for Chihiro DR. DR isn't much realistic. Oi! Shh! No DR spoilers, mate. No DR spoilers. But yeah, fuck. Here's the thing. I kind of want to... No, fuck, I accidentally opened that thing. No, don't open, please. Do not fucking open. Do not fucking open. Fuck. It's going to open it, isn't it? Fuck off, mate. I remember to put one without commentary and in English here when I wake up. Is this with it live with Yong Yi? Is this fucking all in Japanese or something? Kuma, you solved DR2 and V3 within less than an hour. You might have just solved this game by watching a trailer, over-analyzing. I get in trouble at work for over-analyzing. But I'm actually very good at it. Who the fuck is this guy? Oh, Patreon. Fuck off. Wait. This guy just live streamed? What? I'm not gonna watch some other guy watch this. Fuck off. I'm just gonna watch fucking Kojima play this. I like the original concept for the Matrix explanation where instead of humans being batteries for the machine, they're basically being used as a computer network for the machines. But our brain power is not that high. We can't process things as quick as a computer. Our storage is infinite, but our processing power is limited. And the amount of heat that we generate is not enough to justify the amount of food that would have to feed us, nor the amount of electrical charge we have. So the whole battery thing is busted. Just saying. I mean, cool concept, but like, no science.
第一次遠征隊は東から西へ北米大陸を横断し孤立した都市に結び目を整備した。だがインフラが整っただけでカイラル通信はつながってない。今できるのは無線と有線による音声通話とわずかなデータ通信という程度だ。君がすべき任務はそれぞれの結び目にそのキューピッドを接続しカイラル通信を起動。色物は送れないはずだ。
Cool。
はい。で血液パックも、ポーチに入れました。ではしごもツールにかけてもいいし、荷物にしてもいいし。
So, fucking Kojima. This is a very similar system to what they had in MGS 3, 4, and 5, where weight impacts you. But instead of just having weight impact you in your speed and how quickly you can run and how much stamina it uses and all this sort of other stuff in inventory, they built higher on that system. So he has to eat, he needs heat, he needs to urinate, that sort of thing. So they just sort of pushed it next level. It's not new, it's just more advanced.
肩腰につけてもこれロックかかるんでこけても大丈夫で、ロープもどこにつけるか、これバランスが下黄色いので重心変わるんで、
はい、本当ですね。
ブーツは2つ持っていくんです。これブーツハンガーにかけます。
So it's basically loadout, having to get the things that you actually need for your mission and all this sort of stuff. It just adds to the immersion.
はい。まあこの時はまだ歩いていきますけど、配送センターの地下から上がっていきます。はい。まあ走ってもいいです。これ体力の使い方も全部バランスで変わるんで。
So he needs balance and all that sort of other shit.
で、斜面を登るか。コミュニケーションボタンっていうのを押すとこういう小玉がで誰も返事しないじゃないですか。たった1人なんですよ。赤ちゃんと BB と2人で旅をしていくと。でこれ、地形センサーを発動しました。で自分の足跡も見えますけど、色によって引っかかったり 滑らかか
I
ど
mean,
う
it's
か
really
全
good
部
that
わ
he
かる。
can scan where he's walking and call out to people and all that sort of thing. I mean, at this point, Kojima's really showing off the physics of this world, which fucking after the Fox engine was made for MGS 5, I'm fucking sold.
深くて赤はもっと深い。
Look at the physics engine on
流
this
れがきついところある。これね、スタミナゲージなんで結構減ってます。これ
The
スタミナ使うんで。
goddamn river flow is affecting the stamina gauge. Are you shitting me?
このまま行くと足取られます。なんで LR ボタンで
And if he goes here,
バランス取りながらゆっくりゆっくり
it's
行ってます。
He's gonna
で
fall over,
BB
isn't he?
も水川嫌いなんでちょっと今
He's gonna
機
fall
嫌が
over,
悪い
isn't he?
泣いてます。で深みにはまると流されて上に積んでたやつは6個かかってないんで流されました。
本当だ。
And he
エキア
lost
ス
some.
プレーがで赤ちゃんちょっと赤いですよね。
BB は真っ赤ですね
BB ちょっと機嫌が悪いんで。
Oh, the fucking physics engine in this game is fucking amazing.
あれをつないでいくんですけど向こう側はまだつながってないっていうことですね。でここでここはつながってないですね。
本当だ。
でこれで東から西につないでいくっていうのはミッションなんですけどここは別につながってもいいんですけどちょっと親切にしてあげたいんで
The amount of fucking detail in this game, Jesus Christ.
落ちるんで気をつけてで
Look at this. Remember when we were playing Red Dead Redemption when we were like, wow? Look at this shit!
地形センサーとか打つとさっきの赤いの出るんで赤いとこ下げていくといいですね。で踏ん張りながら行くとより安全。
Kojima at this point is creating a fucking artificial world to upload his consciousness into so he never dies. Fuck me.
ですね。でミュージシャンの家がありました。
ついた。
でセンサーポールがあるんでここは勝手に一人で住んでいるプレッパーズなんでカイラル通信まだつながってません。で落とし物を届けてみましたという、サブミッションみたいなもんです。
こういうこともできる。
ここで端末で納品これ落とし物ミュージシャン宛ての、音響機材多分大切なもんなんでしょうね。
そうでしょうね。
これを入れます。で地下に住んでるんでさすがにお礼に出てきますけど上までは出てこない。
なるほど。
And these assholes.
なんか物くれでのネットです。
Do you have any combat?
こうやって進んでいきますね。雨降ってきてなんとなく分かってきました。
分かってきました。
ストランドゲームですね。ロープで上のやつがさっき置いた荷物ですね。でこれで拘束して倒す。で荷物も持って行ってもいいんですけど、ちょっと置いときましょうか。
はい、
so there's the
で
stealth
彼ら
element
も
of it.
ロッカー持ってましてここにいろんな荷物がここに入ってるんですよ。世界中のサムさんが取
Very
ってきた。
MGS 5.
これをハ
Very
ッキン
MGS
グして
5. You can see the inspiration.
中覗いてみましょうか
Fucking
ね。
Kojima, but you get what I mean,
これで
right?
いくと
The very realistic.
リュウさんが持ってたスピードスケルトン速くなるやつ
Now we're
こ
talking
れを
about it. He's got all his
履き替えま
weapons,
しょ
all
う。
this sort of shit.
取り持ちスティッキーガンっていう荷物を取り持ちみたいに取
So
られる
he's
やつなんで
incapacitating
気を
them,
つけ
he's
て
not even killing them.
はい
He's tying them up, I
そう
reckon.
です
Oh,
ね
bolt
ちょっ
gun,
ともう
yeah.
逃げた方がいいですね。はいでスピードスケルトンでちょっともう仕方がなく
Melee.
で荷物を取っ
Very
て
realistic
投げたい
hand-to-hand combat.
できますけど荷物は
I think you
壊
took
れる
that
ん
from
で
Hitman when
人
you
の
throw
荷
the
物でやりましょう。
briefcase. Really clever.
自分のではなく。
はい、で、スピードスケルトンちょっと車を奪いたいんでちょっとミュール降りろと降りなさい。
GTA style, throw the bastard out.
ごめんなさい。はいで乗ります。ただこれで荷物は運びますけどちょっとボロボロなんであんまりお勧めできません。後々ブリッジスの正式のトラックとかで手に入るんでそれで運んでください。結構いっぱいいますんでちょっとやばいです。
あ、本当だ。
I'm literally gonna spend like 3 fucking days playing this.
でさっきちょっと荷物を
Of course there's a giant monster. Why not?
危ない。
で血液グレネードで投げます。はい、効いてます効いてます。これ雑魚ですから。これ一番弱い雑魚です。はい。はい、やばいですやばいです。はい、効いてます効いてます。で、くれます。見てくださいね。あそこに一人白いサムいますね。あの人これはユキコさん。はい、グレネードをもらったりで、ハンドガンですね。チャージ式ハンドガンもらいました。ネットでつながってる別のサムですあれ。ユキコさんまた来ました。血液パックくれました。でこれいいねも開けてください。開けてジョンが応援してますね。ほら応援してます。はい。一人じゃないでしょ。 一人で
じゃ
戦ってる
ないですね。
はい、カニが浮いてます。はい、で、まあ大切な荷物、ポートの都市に届ける荷物を取りに行きます。と、まあ BB も。
Of course, we're gonna watch him bathing.
へい、ゆっこさんが休憩した後がまだいいねゼロですけど、温泉ですね、いくつかあるんですよ。で、効能がいろいろ違うんで、
はい。
ちょっとこれ入ってみますね。温泉。
Recharging the
あり
spring
がたい
body
ですよ
the
ね、温
fuck.
泉ね。
すごい。
で、これ温泉入ると、まあ、
Of course he's
BB
naked.
もちょっと疲れてるんで、
監督。
はい、これバッテリー温泉、疲労回復とバッテリーチャージもできるという、そんな温泉あるんだという、非常に便利な、皮膚に胃腸にいいミルク温泉とかいっぱいあります。皆さん探してくださいね。
あ、ビリビリしてる、
はい
確かに。
そうですね。で、ちょっとスタミナも回復して、ちょっとゆっくりしましょう。で、BB がえらい喜んで泳いでますけど、どうやって泳いでるのか分かりませんよね。
泳いでる。本当だ。
BB、はい、BB 喜んでますよ。はいはい。はい。
Japanese is a very interesting thing. I haven't studied Japanese, but I understand the occasional few words.
ボタンを一回一回ちょっと聞いてくださいね。
It's practically a hot spring in the middle of the Arctic mountain. Like, look at that
はい、ゆっこさんが愛の手を、まあ、ノーマンリーダースが歌う。
すごいしっかり。
はい、渋い。
So what? Norman was the one that actually did that recording. That's so cool.
ちょっと行こうかと。
At least we don't get to see his penis. That was a bit creepy.
浸からなくてもこの状態でも、まあ、置いていったらこの感覚がこのゲームの。
Do we have any actual combat? I don't know why there's no sound.
でとか時間とかないところは音声実機で説明しますね。
It's probably missions and stuff.
で
Honestly, I wouldn't watch the entire 48 minutes. I think this is mainly for people that are there in Japan. Learn that the boots are the same in Japanese and English. I devoted my life to this fact henceforth. The new Metal Gear Solid looks great, but where's Snake? And of course I gotta go like. It looks great, but I personally wouldn't watch the whole 48-minute video. Reason being why I'm mostly interested in seeing how the mechanics of the game work, less than any potential spoilers. I don't think there are any potential spoilers, but the thing is, I've played enough Kojima games to be able to pick up the mechanics and the world of the game very quickly, and you can see that it's very, 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 very polished, and there's going to be so many ways that you could play it. That you can play it whatever way you want. You can play it stealthy, you can play it slug mode killing everyone, you can play a no-kill run, you can just go nuts with this. And I'm sure like any Kojima game at the end, it's going to keep a tally of what you did, how well you did, how many people you killed, how many people you didn't kill. So it's going to be one of those games with replay value where you can challenge yourself. And I'm sure there's going to be plenty of post-game unlockable things. So it's definitely going to be a game and a franchise that people enjoy, especially storyline-wise, considering we don't know jack shit about it. And I'm sure there's going to be a sequel. He's not just going to start a freaking franchise like this for the sake of just one game. There's definitely going to be something. Hide Italian classes at college. I'm confused with Japanese. Some elements are similar. Yeah. I mean, the way I see it, if you're going to learn a language, it better be a big part of your life. Otherwise, you're kind of learning it for the sake of learning it. I do a lot of martial arts, so Japanese, would kind of be cool because I'd be able to communicate with people in Japanese, especially from Japan. Whereas some people learn a language for the sake of, learning a language. And I'm like, that's cool. It's a mental exercise, but you better either A, like the culture, or B, really want to go there or something like that. Otherwise, you're kind of wasting your time. You can do so many other... I don't want to say wasting, but like there's so much more you could do with your time. But if you get pleasure out of learning a language, I mean, go for it. But shouldn't you learn a musical instrument instead? Because apparently that's a better brain gymnastic than actually learning a language. But then again, I don't play any musical instruments. So, I don't know. I'm probably not even at my potential, so probably won't ever get there. But no, yeah, Death Stranding, I'm buying it on launch, right? I'm streaming it on launch. Like, that entire weekend's going to be Death Stranding. What do I have to say? Death Stranding and Cyberpunk were the two games I've been excited for a long time, but after the recent events, I'm not sure about these games. I mean, both of these are very promising. They're both very promising. When it comes to quality, I could see the amount of quality that has gone into the engine of Death Stranding, and I can see the amount of quality that has gone into the visuals of Cyberpunk. However, we've only seen very little of the Cyberpunk world. We've seen that introduction cutscene, the first sort of thing, and we saw a little bit of Keanu Reeves. Not much else. So that could very easily be cinematic footage. However, the way they've shown us behind the scenes and the assets they're using, it shows that they really can, go nuts. But of course, like many things, they probably reuse a lot. I learned a bit of German, Italian, and Russian, and I never used it again after graduating from respective schools. And yes, I'm learning to play guitar. Naisu with Raisu. Honestly, both games look to be really, really good. And let's be honest, we play games now in a day and age where a big element is going online. And there's so many studios, and the turnaround time now on good games is very quick. So you're not going to play the same game for 6 months. You can, but you probably won't. Whereas back in the day, you would play the same game for 1 or 2 years at a time, and it would keep you busy and would keep you happy. Today, that's not the case. There's a lot more games coming. Every fucking 6 months, there's a wave of good games. Like, look at 2019 with the amount of games that came out. I'm not even on top of it. And I dedicate my entire weekend to playing video games, right? I game for 8 hours a weekend, which I wish I could do more, but, as an adult, you're kind of fucked. And I'm not even on top of it, let alone the backlog of games from last year and the previous 10 years, right? You've got so many good games out that, yeah, these are going to be awesome, and we're going to enjoy them, and we're probably going to play them once or twice. But we're going to move on, right? And there's going to be a follow-up. Give it 2-3 years, you're going to get Death Stranding 2. Give it a few years, you might get Cyberpunk DLCs. It is what it is. That's the cool thing about DLCs. It has the potential to add on to the existing game with new stories and content. Unfortunately, with companies like EA, instead of giving you the full game, they give you, the skeleton, and then you got to pay for everything else, which is fucked up. So DLCs are something that can be cool. You can add on to the story. You can add chapters, bonus content, prequels. It's just unfortunate that the gaming industry is driven by profits, and, it's fucked. Did you hear about the whole gender thing with Cyberpunk? No, I didn't. I honestly didn't. All I know about Cyberpunk is the first trailer, the one we watched today, and the fact that the gaming company has had it in development for 5-6 years. That's it. That's it. That's all I know. That's basically it. I'm one of those people that honestly doesn't let politics or like society stuff really get in the way. Our community and the whole is such that anyone's welcome, and sort of the only rule is don't mess it up for other people, right? That's not to say that, I don't support people or don't support, ideologies and ideas and things like that, but it's more so that I'm kind of open to everyone. Like, I've got friends from different religions, from different parts of the world, different sexual like the whole shebang, right? It doesn't make a difference to me. So I try not to make the community political in a sense. But at the same time, it's sort of for everyone. Like, that's the thing. Everyone's welcome, and that's what it's all about. I don't want it to be a political thing, but at the same time, it shouldn't need to be a political thing. It's a place where everyone's welcome and everyone can feel welcome and everyone's free to express themselves how they see fit, as long as they don't ruin it for someone else, of course. And, that's the way I'd like to keep it. So, no, I didn't really hear a lot about the gender thing in Cyberpunk, but if I could be totally honest with you, it's probably not going to bug me either way, because, like, playing male, playing female characters doesn't faze me one bit. It's all about the story for me. And if in the story, for the emotional impact, a man needs to be, it needs to be a man and a woman, or, a man and a man, or a woman and a woman, it doesn't really make a difference to me. It comes down to how the story unfolds. And if the narrative goes that way, and it expresses the story, and, it expands that world, and does it in that way, and it does it well, awesome. Like that, storytelling is freedom, pretty much. They've got freedom of how they want to tell their story. And as long as it's a good story, I don't really care if it's about two women or two men or a man and a woman, or it doesn't make a difference to me. It really doesn't. Because people are people at the end of the day. And I mean, the color of their skin, the language that they speak, the God that they worship, and the people they're attracted to isn't going to change that for me. Playing Skyrim regularly since I got it 4 years ago, DLCs or not. The game is fun to play and explore despite all the hate it gets. I played a little bit of Skyrim. You mean episodes 1 and 3 in Clone Wars? I like them, but it's also my late childhood, early age years, so nostalgic. I love the Star Wars prequels. I really enjoy them. I enjoy the Star Wars prequels. I'm not a big fan of Star Wars Episode 1 apart from the lightsaber battle. Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith, I really enjoyed. So, I don't know the hate that it gets. I don't understand. I thought Revenge of the Sith was awesome. I watched it in the cinema. Watching that part that clicked episode 4, 5, 6, and 1, 2 together was awesome. I really enjoyed it. I don't know why it gets so much hate. I honestly don't. I know a lot of people got pissed off with the whole midichlorian thing, but fucking get over it. I'm fucking more pissed off about the Game of Thrones ending. At least Star Wars gave me an epic lightsaber, fucking 2 epic lightsaber duels simultaneously. That was epic. You know what Game of Thrones gave me? A pile of dog shit. No, sorry, a pile of dragon shit. So yeah, I hope you guys don't mind that we skipped through a lot of this video. I pretty much got what I wanted out of it. I got to see the physics of the world. I got to see the quality of the world. I got to see some of the gameplay. I got to see the close range combat, the range combat, the inventory, the outfitting, and little things like that. When it comes to the story, I much prefer to be 100% blind. At this point, I do have, little bits and pieces and theories of the stuff that I did see. I could see that the characters will be interesting enough. It is a Hideo Kojima game, so the characters are always going to be awesome, and the best characters are not going to be revealed until much later. So, don't get excited with the trailers. Hideo Kojima games like to keep things under wraps. And like any Hideo Kojima game, it's going to make you feel things. You're going to feel great, you're going to feel bad, you're going to feel guilty, you're going to feel everything, right? The whole 9 yards. And that's kind of why I even before any trailer was visible, I jumped on the Death Stranding bandwagon because I trust Kojima with what he does, and I support him. He's made my childhood and early years as great as they were with the games that he's created. I don't mind it too, but that wasn't part of the plan. Everyone was happy with the game. Now they changed it, and CDPR themselves mentioned that they did it for inclusivity. I still don't know what the gender thing you're talking about is. What is the gender thing with Cyberpunk? I'm now actually curious, because I don't know what you're talking about, to be honest. Did they make it that you can play a female character too? Because that's not a huge thing, right? Like, you could play male, female in most games for a while if you've got character creation, right? Like, I don't freaking mind. Did someone get upset that there was only a male character to begin with, and then all they did was add a female character? I mean, okay. If that's what people need to make them happy. I mean, it kind of seems like a waste. What they should have done is created a really awesome female character that is totally independent of the male character, and created a storyline B at the same time of storyline A with said different character, which at one point intersects in the story. So that way you get to play 2 routes to get the entire story, right? You get 2 awesome characters. But I still don't know what you're talking about. I mean, that's what I would do. If I needed to make a male and female character, I create 2 separate characters and make the storyline intersect like that. Like the Getaway on PlayStation 2. Like, I would do that. Because, like, that's fucking awesome, right? Who doesn't want to play 2 awesome storylines? Why wouldn't you? It's like GTA, right? You play 3 characters, right? In this case, it's 2 and one of them's a female. Who fucking cares? Give me a storyline. If it's a good storyline, I'll fucking play it. I'm just that type of person. I don't care. Give me a good storyline. Give me good gameplay. You've got me, right? I think Hutchins just about to finish, and she's like, Kuma, I'm hungry. Good luck. Just coming home to get you. Oh, no. I'm just going to message her. How's it going? Fuck, I haven't done shopping yet. It's basically 9 o'clock. I feel the same for Square games. Since I first played Final Fantasy IX, I just know whatever Square makes will be awesome. Maybe I'll get some endorsement from them in the future. Maybe. I heard you don't get to choose the gender anymore, but body types. Oh, you don't get to choose the gender, but you get to choose your body type? So does that mean my character needs to be stocky in a way? Because... Yes, before it used to be male and female. That's it. Now it's all messed up. So it used to be male and female. Now you can only play male, but you can change the body type? That's just more confusing. So it's like, oh, we can't make it male or female, but we're going to make it a male that's going to dress like a female. Or he's going to be a female, but identify as male. See, now you're just fucking confusing me, guys. It's getting to that weird stage where, like, I'm just like, I have no fucking idea what's going on anymore. Can't we just make an awesome female character and make an awesome male character and appreciate both? You know what I mean? I appreciate awesome female characters all the fucking time. We need more of them, in my fucking opinion. Give me more female characters. Why not? I've got nothing against female characters. Gimme. Nier Automata style. Why don't they just be companions, do the fucking whole story by themselves? You play it once as the female, once as the male. Done. Right? Give everyone what they want. Why not? I don't care. Fucking do it. You have my blessing. I don't care. It's more work for the developers, but fuck it. I don't care. Doesn't hurt me at all. Now that I think about it, aren't majority of the characters in Nier Automata female? Or is it just that I'm noticing all the female characters? That's not gay. That's the most heterosexual thing ever. I'm noticing females. So what? Fine. Females are a toaster. But then again, you're playing a video game. They're all toasters, technically. They're all pixels on a screen. I want to buy Setsuna and Nier Automata, but I barely manage paying my bills. Man, you want to know what's fucked? People are giving me shit that, we have, like, sponsorships and fuck. And I just got my electricity bill, right? It's $450 with the discount. So 3 months worth of electricity is $450. That's fucked, considering how low ad revenue is. So if we didn't have sponsors, we would basically be struggling to pay the electricity bill. And people giving me shit for having sponsors, even though all the sponsorships go towards paying the games and hardware. Like, what the fuck? We're transparent as shit. I don't get why people are being so huffy and puffy. What are they even doing watching live streams if they hate people doing live streams? I think it's just male and female, but they just called it body types to appease SJW types. Bayonetta is a great female character. She's actually pretty historically accurate rich. What the fuck? I think it's still male and female, but they just called it body types to appease SJWs. Oh, that is fucking stupid. I'm sorry, but it's getting ridiculous. So it's no longer male and female. So when I open up World of Warcraft, it's not going to be a male or female character because gender's not going to be a selection. It's going to be all one gender. But I can change the body type to make it look like a male or female. It's getting to that point where I'm just like, guys, I have nothing against anybody, But it's getting to the point that no matter what I say, someone's going to be insulted, and I'm either going to be some sort of phobe, right? Even though I personally don't care. Like, I personally just don't care. But someone's going to be offended by something that I say, even though I'm just here to have a good time. This affects a lot of things about the game, and I also think this could have spent on something else, like the graphics look different to me. Now, especially Keanu's face. It ain't broke, don't fix it. Yeah. Yeah, well, society is becoming really, really unique. It's really unique. Like 50 years ago, well, actually, 70 years ago now, post-World War II, society was more focused on rebuilding the world that had recently just gone through a fucking war. And, you know, people were busy. And we're now at that part of the world where people in the West, especially, are so well fed, so well looked after, that their biggest complaint is how they feel. Meanwhile, a big chunk of the planet doesn't have a roof above their heads, doesn't have clean drinking water, and doesn't have access to electricity. I'm sorry, but when you put things in perspective like that, that's really fucking selfish. No, sorry, I gotta take this. Hutchins calling me. Hey Hutchins, we're on live stream. What's up?
Hi, would you like some sushi?
Oh, that is
Sushi Hub.
that is the way to my heart.
Okay, what do you want?
You know what I want. I want that salmon avocado. I want that deep fried prawn looking thing, and another salmon avocado.
So it's just 2 salmon avocado and prawn katsu?
Yes.
Yep, I knew it.
I know you knew it. I know. Bye.
Alright.
Pro tip, guys. Get a girl like this. Get a girl like this. She knows I was streaming, and she knows I'm going to be late with the shopping, and it's going to be like, it's really late now, we're not going to cook, but she gets takeaway, and I do the same. So get a girl like that. That's a relationship. That's a partnership. That's the shit it's all about, right? When you're busy and you're both going through shit, but you look after each other. That's what it's all about right there. Get someone like that. Do yourself a fucking favor. Get someone like that. Get someone that compliments you. You can have shared interests, and you can also be different, but get someone that acts as a counterbalance, a counterweight. That's what it's all about. Do yourselves a favor. That's the thing. They can't. It's not for law. They already admitted that it's for inclusivity. Look, I totally get what you're saying. Like 100%. Like, I get it. I totally process it. But if you want to please everyone, go sell ice cream. And even then, there's going to be certain people that you can't sell ice cream to because lactose intolerance, religious beliefs where they can't have milk and all this other crap, right? You will never be able to please everyone. That is a fact. It's impossible. And it's come to the point that the squeaky wheel gets the oil. But as a result, you know when a child cries, and legitimately sometimes the child's hungry or the child has pooped its pants or something like that, you're gonna action the reason why the child's crying. But then have you ever seen a child in a supermarket that's just throwing a temper tantrum because they want a chocolate? Now imagine if you buy this child a chocolate every time they throw a temper tantrum. What are you conditioning the child to do? Whenever they want something, to throw a temper tantrum. What's going to happen to this child when they grow up? When they go to high school, they go to university. Well, they're not going to get into fucking university. They'll throw a temper tantrum. When they don't get the job they want, they'll throw a temper tantrum. When they don't get, I don't know, the fucking relationship they want, they'll throw a temper tantrum. When they don't get everything else going their way, they'll throw a temper tantrum. They become a man child or a woman child. The fuck, guys? Like, even here in Australia, people are complaining about the exorbitant, difficulty of living in the city. And I'm like, well, if it's so difficult to live in the city, there's everything outside the city where a big, in Sydney, you've got about 4 million people. And you've got 18 million people living outside of Sydney, right? And you've got a big chunk of people that are living in Sydney and complaining they don't have enough money left over after they're paying their rent and their bills in Sydney. And it's like, well, then don't fucking live in the capital city of Australia. Like, when I moved out, I worked 2 jobs, working 30 hours a week while studying 30 to 35 hours a week. So I was studying full-time, working 2 jobs to pay the bills. You either got to do that to live in the city. I did it because I wanted to study at one of the better universities. Sacrifices, right? It's not easy. That's the thing. Everyone was happy with the game, but they tried to please everyone. That's just fucking stupid. I looked up some more. Apparently, you can just mix and match between male and female body parts with makeup and female voice options. Fine, whatever. Whatever the fuck. Like, at this point, fuck it. Fuck me. Half the resources of the game are getting pulled for that shit. Can't we just... You can't even... You know what? It almost feels like... Remember when we played The Walking Dead? And we played Season 1? And it fucking killed us? You remember that? We played The Walking Dead. And it fucking killed us. Now imagine that people start complaining and they're like, we want Lee to be a woman. And it's like, that's not the point of the fucking story. But we want inclusivity. And it's like, but the story has a dynamic of this girl's parents not being there. And this guy who ended up murdering the person his wife was cheating on him with essentially has an adoptive daughter in this girl whose parents are dead. And he's redeeming himself by looking after her, protecting her, and giving her the necessary skills to survive in a world like this. But we want it to be a mother too. And it's like, you don't get the fucking point of the story. You know what I mean? It's just basically killing me. It's just basically fucking killing me. Like, people are missing the fucking point. You can't even tell a story anymore. Sorry, guys. Didn't mean to go off a little bit, but it's just like, what the fuck? Now, to be honest, it's 9. Achan and I are usually, going to sleep by 10 because I got to wake up at 6, to go to work. So, we're going to wrap it up here. I thank you guys for coming to this emergency stream. I hope you enjoyed. I'm going to have to edit out these videos tomorrow because I'm tired tonight. So tired. If I didn't have important meetings tomorrow morning, I would totally stay up and edit and export. But unfortunately, I can't. So, I'll probably do it tomorrow night. So I'm not going to go drinking or anything on Friday night. I'm going to be back here editing out these videos and preparing for Saturday morning stream. Like I always do. So thank you for coming. I hope you enjoyed. I look forward to seeing you on Saturday and Sunday, which is in 2 days, 1.5 days. We're playing Devil May Cry 4 Special Edition, Part 2, on the Saturday. And on... No, wait. We're playing... Wait, what are we playing on which day? I have no fucking idea. What are we playing when? What the F are we playing? My brain's melted. What are we playing when? We are playing... Right, Ace Attorney on the Saturday, Devil May Cry on the Sunday. Okay. Clearly, you could see my brain's melted. I personally don't think people should appease a vocal minority if it changes the story. It's always been the vocal minority that changes so many things. It's because the majority is too busy doing other things, like working. People, like, look at me, I work full time, right? I don't have time to be vocal and protest on the street about things, right? I'm employed. I got bills to pay, right? And then on the weekend, I'm doing my side hustle, which is obviously YouTube, right? So, like, I don't have time to protest. I don't even fucking know what's going on in my city. I don't have the time or the energy. I'm basically working my butt off, right? I'm busy. I'm busy living my own life. I'm not complaining about being a disenfranchised Serbian boy in Sydney. This is happening with Witcher. Netflix show too. And God, am I not going to watch that? You know, like, eventually, shit's going to hit the fan to the point that it's just going to all come tumbling down, tumbling down, tumbling down. If you don't know what that is an End of Evangelion reference. Go watch that anime on Netflix before someone ruins it. Anyway, thank you for coming. I'm going to go pop to the supermarket before Hutcha makes it back here to at least appear like I didn't forget. I'll catch you guys in a day. Wait, it's 9, so it's 36 hours. We're streaming in 36 hours. I've got something to look forward to. We're streaming in 36 hours. Actually, 35 hours. Fuck me, right? I'll see you guys in 35 hours. Till then, Kuma out. Bye.